Everybody and welcome back. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put the real in reality away. Period.
Period.
I am
Hurry.
your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful host, Lee. We lost a legend in the making
Please.
tonight.
Please help me find an idol. Please. Please.
Stand up. I won't talk to you until you stand up. Because what? But no, really, Banu. Please stand up.
Banu, man, I'm honestly sad as fuck. Like the amount of content we were gonna get from Banu if he stayed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna miss Banu. Like he
Mhm.
was hilarious. I'm sorry. Like I could definitely see how it could tiptoe the line of okay, Banu, you doing a lot right now.
Mhm.
But I would just find him like pure comedy. Like and he's not even tried, which makes it even funnier.
Accidental comedy. That's a legend to me. I'm sorry. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Now,
but
legend
to
is
me-
kind of crazy, Pharaoh.
And I mean it.
Legend,
Call me
game
crazy.
changer.
Game changer, second chance, all-star, winners at war. Maybe not.
Winners
Maybe
at
not
war is
winners at war.
crazy.
Maybe not winners at war. But I love Banu. I would love to see Banu play again. Please bring him back. The personality is just amazing. I love people who have very just distinct personalities. Banu is Banu. You ain't never gonna find another Banu. You Banu is Banu. Like that's him, and he's gonna be himself, and that's just that on that. And I love that for him. That's
I mean, because like as far as like pre-merge boots go, like usually I forget them. I'm not gonna forget Banu. Like Banu left a lasting impression. Like very much so.
Like he's one of the. It's crazy because he didn't even make merge. But when I'm thinking of characters in the new era, I'm gonna think about him. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna think about him. Like that's a whole character. That's what it was. And he had like a 3-episode arc, seemed like, because he started doing stuff two episodes ago, and the last episode was all about him, even though he didn't go home. And then this episode was his going home episode. And he just gave the content every single time. I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a stan. Don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Period. So we started this episode off. We was at the Yanú top, and they were all celebrating at first the fact that no one had to get voted out. And then Yanú was like, he waited for Kenzie to leave. Q and Tiffany were still there, and he was like, I gotta tell y'all something. Now, Lee, why did he tell them this?
I guess he's just honest, good old honest Banu. I just feel like what was hilarious about it even is that like you're telling them and you're not even being honest. He's like, yeah, I told them that Kenzie was running thing and they asked me if Q and Tiffany were close and I said, yeah, is that bad?
Like what? Why even tell them? If you're not even really telling them, you kind of telling them because he just felt guilty.
I really want to talk about it and see like how intentional it was when he does these certain things. Because I feel like he knew what he was doing when he went up there and exposed that games. And then later on, he's like, oh, like I didn't mean it, and did I do something wrong? Like I was actually I didn't know I was putting a target on you guys' back. And it's like, Banu, yes, you did. You knew what you was doing. Don't sit up here and be sad about it now.
Like, please, Banu, please, because you definitely knew in the moment, and then now you're like, I don't know. It was very interesting. So Q and Tip are rightfully upset. They go off. They have to have a separate conversation about.
No, they're done.
What was that? Literally, what do you mean?
They were like, so over it, and I love it because it gave like watching them. It was like these are real niggas right now. Okay, they are 2 seconds from cutting this man out. Because what? Because literally, like they had to take a moment. Like, what the hell is going on?
And there's so many moments that he's like frustrated them. Even Kenzie, because we see her later, Kenzie snapping at him too. It's like he's just. I think they're just on the island. They ain't eating all of that. Plus, he's doing a lot of just.
And we got this amazing news. You're staying. We're safe. Yeah. Like it's like a breath of fresh air. Like they got a new wind in their sails. And then he comes and says, "Well, I exposed all of your games. I'm sorry. Do you think it's a bad thing?" Like Banu.
Come on now.
I am sad because like it will suck if they aren't going to be able to make it in merge or later in the season because of him saying this, especially with him leaving now. You know what I mean? I would feel a little slightly better if he didn't go home and he was kind of with them because he's the one who spread that information. So it's like it would look kind of weird on his
Mhm.
part, him to be still working with people that he kind of tried to expose. Like it would just present a whole new dynamic. But now they have no one to kind of like defend them. Like Banu could have took away what he said. He could have been like, "Oh no," or like I don't know. He could have did something. Could have used him in some way. But it's like now, like this person dropped all of this information, and everyone's probably just going to go with that because they don't know them. So it's like, why
Yeah.
give them that chance when you could just take them out based on the information you have? So that's really scary to me. But I don't know. I'm really loving this Yanu 3.
Me
I feel
too.
like
I'm
we're gonna
looking
have
for
like
them.
1 or 2 more rounds before marriage. So I'm just hoping that these 3 can win. I don't want anyone else to go home. Like I want them to be
Mhm.
merged together. They deserve it
I
at this
agree. Jeff, what happened to tribe swaps? What happened to swapping the tribe? Last season we got a tribe swap. Why we didn't get a tribe swap this season? You do everything the same. Like, girl, because it in a way it's like dragging. Usually, if there was a tribe swap and they did another 3 tribes, it would have been this episode. So instead of the same kind of dynamics and energy we've been getting, which is nothing from the other 2 tribes since we've never had a tribal for them, and the same thing for Yano, which is Banu was going home. Instead, Banu could have stayed, released all the information, and then swapped tribes. And now everybody's on different tribes and all these different people. We get more dynamics. I don't know. I miss tribe swaps when they had it
That's the
last season. I loved
saddest
it.
thing.
And now
Like
we're here
last
again.
season, the tribe swap was like the best experience, and I was really like, hoping maybe a tribe swap this round. I was like, maybe we can get one next round. They tribe swap into 7, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it at this point, which is really unfortunate. Like we need the tribe swaps in Survivor. Like it's really not Survivor without a tribe swap, in my opinion.
I agree. So this episode was very simple. So it was full of a bunch of fillers.
Girl, and
A
you could
bunch of
tell, like,
fillers.
and because I think it's because this episode, like, I knew as soon as the episode opened, Banu was going home. It just
Yeah, me too.
gave Banu's out, and then as the episode kept going, we get a reward. Usually, when they show us a reward, it's
Yeah,
baby, they ain't got shit else to show.
it's nothing.
We rarely see rewards. We saw them literally read the tree mail before going to immunity,
Literally, we
having
saw
the
Soda
segment.
do her whole song. Shout out to Soda, because Soda is a great singer.
That's
What
a
did
singer,
she,
baby.
what did she say? I forgot what it was. But anyway,
I don't
she
remember the
had a
little
good little
jingle,
song.
but like they just
If you
had
don't
a
see
lot of
me.
filler for almost no reason at all. And this is
Mhm.
times like this with a 90 minutes, it really drags. It does because it's like, oh, we still here.
Girl, we're still here. But literally, we're doing all this extra shit to show the filter. But the main stuff that happened was on the Siga tribe. Jim, last episode, found her beware advantage. It said dig under the spot to open your thing with the roof. Of course, she has to wait for her tribe to lose before she can actually get an advantage. So they still haven't lost. But what she decided to do was sickening, I will say, because girl, what? But she decided basically to play with her tribe a little bit. She's bored. She said, I'm here to have a little fun alongside playing Survivor. So she re-hid the Beware advantage in another tree. So if someone were to find it, they would be digging for nothing. There would be nothing there to find.
Iconic, I fear.
Iconic outfit, random scene, randomly iconic. It's kind of even villainous. Like, why do you do this to people? Because Maria finds it. She's so excited. She ends up telling everybody, and they're all digging for days. It seemed like it was 2-3 days. They're just digging. It's a big ass hole under this
And
tree.
like they just kept going, and then you can
And
see
Jim is there too digging with them.
but see, I feel like we kept getting shots of Jim on the sideline, just smiling and watching them dig, knowing damn well ain't shit down there. She's so hilarious for that.
That was funny, but honestly, I get it because it's like, and I kind of like this. I miss when Survivor had just kind of showed them do random stuff. Like I remember back in the day with Sandra, she would like randomly mess with people's things, or she'd like mess with somebody's something, or she'd do something to the rice. And she did it in Game Changers too, I think. And it's like I kind of miss those just random. I'm bored. I'm gonna do something to spice up my entertainment here moment. So I kind of like that we got this. I really do. Jim is funny. She's really funny for that. She did not care, did it, moved along. After this, we get the reward challenge. Reward is always a bore to me. The stakes aren't
Yeah, I
high to
just feel
me.
like guess what it
I don't
is,
need a reward. I'm eating.
especially especially when it's in the tribe phase. Like the awards
Yeah.
really don't mean too much to me. I love that Yanú won it, but it's like, girl, this ain't immunity.
And then that's another thing. I hate when it happened to the brains in Cagayan. They won a random reward too, and then lost that immunity later. And it's like it just gives me a false sense of like this could have just been the immunity, and it would have got interesting dynamics because I want to see what is Siga and Nami gonna do. Like what the But
And that's really what it is, a false sense of like, oh my god, hope for my faves. Like, because if you win the reward, it's like, well, it should be easy to win the immunity. And it's like, well, no.
At all. So Yanú wins. They get a tarp. They decide to take the tarp because they didn't have a target. They was getting rained on. And they leave the fish for Nami because Nami gets second place. At the Nami tribe, we see Tevin have this good little moment, his winner moment, his winner flashback, his designated flashback. Every winner needs a flashback in the new era. So if your fave ain't got a flashback,
that's the real gag.
If you're looking at I know some of y'all don't, some of y'all do. This was a good episode to look because if they didn't get a random moment this episode,
right? We got something huge from Tevin. We got a nice personality motive from like Soda. I thought we got one from Venus a little bit. Jim, even Mariah randomly.
Mariah. Something, y'all mark my words. Something's gonna happen with Mariah because I remember when the Girls Alliance was made, it just felt like something Jim should kind of introduce, and instead Mariah introduced it, and I get it, like it was probably her idea, but then we also see just random moments. This episode, she had a scene practicing jumping for the thing. It's like, of course they needed filler, but also you choose who you're giving your filler to. Whenever they did filler last season, if you remember, it was about Dee's big toe, and Dee's big toe is longer than the average big toe. It doesn't matter, but when you give filler, you usually
that was so random
with importance. So it's like, even though Mariah jumping, it seems random, it could be because we just want to give you a little more Mariah.
So and hopefully like, Soda's singing is that, because
Soda got singing and
Soda win. I'd be here for a Soda win a little bit, but the girls come for her neck.
I can see it. And we're gonna get there because I have a theory on that too. So Tevin has his big moment and he talks about his dad. Shout out to
this made me so sad. We love an active Black father. We do. What he said like his dad would call him every day that he knew he passed because his phone didn't ring. Like, that is just beautiful. I wish I had a father that reached out to me.
Oh, Lee. Lee. Shout out to present fathers. If you are a man and you plan to have kids, be there for your kids. That is the lesson of this episode. Thank you, Moomies. Let me stop saying that, girl. So the Yanú tribe got their tarp or whatever. And Q, I love the fuck out of Q. It's weird because I
Coach Q,
my bad. Ooh. This new era of, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm growing to be a little bit more attached to these people on these shows, because in Big Brother Canada, I'm loving Anthony, I'm loving the girls, and then here I'm really fucking with Q so bad. Like, I don't know what about him it is. I don't know if it's because we're getting so much of him, but I really fuck with Q because this moment he's basically like, look, Banu might be staying around, and I'm gonna need to, if he's gonna be staying around, he needs to be on his A game. Like, he needs to be able to play the game as well as us, or at least a little bit better. So he has this moment coaching Banu on how to, I guess, play the game, literally play the game. How to say the right things at tribal, how to answer questions if somebody pressing you, all of this. And he has this little moment, and he's basically like, okay, Banu, if I'm Jeff, and I'm like, so how are you feeling about everybody? What you gonna say? And Banu's like, I feel good about everybody. I feel good, just equally good about everybody. It seemed like he was learning. I just love this scene. It was given a very, I don't know, it was just given it was given like a comedy sketch scene.
Like you said on the phone, it definitely gave teledrama. Like,
it gave teledrama.
And like, I like there's a lot of similarities, of course, because it's basically based off the format. But it's just so funny when you get characters like a Banu, who I feel like could easily fit on this whole drama show. No shade. It's no shade at all. It's actually a compliment.
Period. So then we see him go to Kenzie, and he's with Kenzie and Q. They laying down, and he tells Kenzie about how he was being taught by Q. And he was like, Kenzie, can you help teach me too?
This conversation is so funny. Kenzie?
Kenzie's like, I can do so later. He was like, what? Can you help me? Like, I understand. Yes, later, but also now. Like, you.
Well, you're helping now, but how about
now? And so Banu, he gets up, he leaves. He's like, I'm gonna just go. He leaves, and Kenzie's like, now he mad because I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could definitely see, like, if I was them, I could get myself easily annoyed because not only you expose my game, but now you want to be my friend and have me teach you how to play the game. No,
right. It's
No,
just too
Banu.
much.
Banu, baby,
You
get up
expose
on
my
my face.
game.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like, Banu,
Right.
you can't be doing shit and then getting confused. Neither. You can't be. You expose this girl's game and you shocked that she don't want to help you, Banu. You can't do that. You can't.
Because he literally walked off, and later in the episode, he walked off, and you see that he's upset that she snapped at him, and he's like having a moment. And he's like, they're all just trying to tell me what to do. And then Kenzie just snapped at me. I don't know why she snapped at me. And they're just trying to make me do this and make me do that. But it's like, you expose all their games. And then before that, at Tribal Council, you was exposing everything to Jess. And it's like, you're doing things that are detrimental to them. I understand you are who you are. You're doing what you need to do. But also, you fucking up their game. So it's like, of course, it be a little more.
What I find really interesting about Banu is that he is a huge fan of Survivor. But like, I'm really curious as to what lens he watched Survivor in, because like, you know, me and you, we're huge fans of just the strategy of Survivor. So I always find it interesting when the people who are like, you know, I watch it with my family and I just love like the outdoorsness of it. I love like, and I love like this new era of people where like they're kind of loving the flash, I guess the flashback era where we get these deep dives into people's lives. They can tell their story and move people in the country who look like them. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting because it's like, it doesn't seem like, I'm like, you are a fan of the same Survivor that, you know, birthed Sandra's and Therese and, you know, like what part did you get attached to? I would love to see that. Yeah. I'm never too much of a fan of like the some moments make me like, you know, emotional, but like most times I'm like, let's get to the strategy. So it's just interesting that it's like he really just loves like the idea of what Survivor can mean to like a person.
Yeah, exactly. That's very interesting. I feel like that's how it is with a lot of other than reality shows. I think specifically reality shows, but also like other regular shows too. Some people watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and they just take a whole different meaning from what it is. And some people can watch it and cry. Some people watch it and they're not crying. They're laughing or they're having a good, like it's actiony. I don't know. I just feel like that's interesting because especially with shows like Survivor or Big Brother, where it's like strategy based, but also I guess a family show. It's like there's really two sides of the coin. Either you just having a good time watching it, or you're watching it and you're like, ooh, she could do this to him, and what are they gonna do about this? And it's like, just,
you know what's interesting? Honestly, now think about it. Amazing Race has like this effect, and I feel like Survivor definitely has it. They leaned heavily into it once I feel like the BIPOC era started. Big Brother really doesn't have this effect. Like no one is like, Big Brother changed my life, and Big Brother taught me that I can be myself in a room full of people.
That's true.
You know, maybe because
it's probably because it's not like
early.
I think the adventure of Survivor and Amazing Race makes the people and the characters more real, or just more
of an experiment.
It's more of an experiment. It's more of an experience. It's just more, you can have those moments, those life realization moments on these shows, especially Survivor. I remember with Coach. I always remember with Coach. He had so many big, just self-reflection moments, and I feel like you can have so many more of those when you're on Survivor. Out in the world, it's just so different. I feel so. I think that's probably why they're just like, more adventurous.
Like those are more adventures, and then like I feel like Big Brother in itself is more just like a social experiment. Like it's not really like an adventure.
Because on the flip side, with Big Brother, you get a lot of jarring, I feel like, opinions about the people on those shows. You get that from every show, but with Big Brother, I feel like it's the most when it comes to people having opinions on who these people are, and it's more so like, I'm knowing that this type of person is this, or this type of person is this. It's just way more personal, I feel like.
Right.
But like here, it's a character. Banu is more of a character. On Big Brother, Banu would have been a human who was doing things that people like or people don't like. On these shows, you can really just be characters that we're having fun watching, which is like the lightheartedness of Survivor. That's kind of why I like Survivor watching, because it's like, I just see people as characters. That's why when people are getting mad that people were quotations bullying Jess, girl, Jess is online dragging Andy. She don't care. I promise you. So I just feel like, especially with Survivor, these people are all having a good time, and they all just characters for real. Now, Big Brother, they be doing.
They be
drag over there. If you're gonna drag somebody, go to Big Brother and drag. They actually.
What? You shouldn't drag anybody.
You shouldn't drag anybody. But I'm just thinking about Andy getting dragged. It's like, that was a deserved drag. I'm sorry.
No shade.
But anyways. Banu was pressed about that. He had a good moment about it, and then Kenzie went and she apologized. She didn't want to apologize, but she was like, "Let me go apologize." And Kenzie is so good at being fake. There's so many people who can't be that fake, but she was very annoyed. And then she went over there and she's like, "No, Banu, it's okay. It's not your fault. I'm so sorry." And it's like, girl.
She ate that up. And that's why I hate that he exposed all three of their games. Because I feel like the three of them are some really savvy players. And it just sucks that they're going to be prejudged going into a merge. So they're not going to be able to, I feel like, play the way that they could have originally.
Black Widow Brigade said, random, but she said, they said, love Andy getting dragged, but he wasn't wrong. Wrong because his comment was something along the lines of the characters of this season, the players of this season aren't giving. And to me, the only thing or the main thing given is the characters. Like, we just got Banu. Like, my Big Brother ain't giving Banus. I don't know. I just feel like I didn't necessarily agree with what he was saying because he was saying.
I also feel like we've gotten. So many. I was more bored watching 43 and 44 than I am watching this.
I agree. I really do agree, and I feel like. Right now, and I will
say, this is 90 minutes, literally. Like, I'm more entertained in 90 minutes filler than I am with 60-minute filler.
Oh, okay. Specifically when it comes to Australian Survivor. Now, I see that because apparently Australian Survivor characters are feats. I don't remember the full tweet. I feel like the initial tweet was something about. Girl, I don't remember. But anyways, I do see that with Australian Survivor because I've heard a lot of positives about how dynamic Australian Survivor is just all together. And I did have some complaints about these casts being understudies, feeling like understudies. But I do think they've given a lot of personality so far this season. So I'm ready to see what they're gonna give, what they're gonna keep giving. We're gonna see what we're gonna see. So after this, we go to the Siga tribe. And at the challenge, Maria had a lot of trouble with the reward challenge. She was struggling. They ended up losing. So Ben is giving a pep talk about the challenge, like, oh, you can all do good, and then we get a Maria moment. My winner pick. I know that's right, Queen. So we get a Maria moment. We get a flashback to her talking about how with her family, it was always important to succeed. And right now she's just trying to make sure that she can keep succeeding without feeling so down about herself when she doesn't. It's a really nice moment. I love this for her, especially because it's giving she's my winner.
I need to get he's trying to break up because I need to see more Siga. I need to see more of them as players. Yeah. I need to see them actually play. Like, I'm so sick of the kumbaya. Let's teach Mariah how to jump. Fuck the bullshit. What's happening with the strategy, baby?
Girl, let me see. HFG says, great read on Mariah's edit. It's noteworthy when someone who's not in the main story gets unnecessary compromise with Michelle. Yes, with Mariah, when we did we get it here? We didn't get it here, but I'm gonna say it right now. When we got Mariah's random edit, there was a random scene before the immunity challenge where we see her practicing to jump, and it's like that just gives, like you said, like Michelle, or it just gives like y'all are showing random stuff about this person. We got to know this.
That's not relevant to the story at all.
Not really. This is just random. So I really like that. So we flash to the Nami tribe and we get some information on Soda.
Child, my sister's in danger. My sister's in danger.
Not the information.
By the most unlikely person.
Not the most unlikely person.
I tweeted, this feels like Sabaya and Caleb all over again. You black people need to stop going on Survivor and targeting each other. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Soda feels like the 3 is basically her, Hunter, and Tevin. And it seems like that's what it actually was. And she kind of tells us that she feels like she should always be gaming. So we see a scene of her montaging, going around gaming and talking game conversation. And Tevin, scared about it, he's looking at her now. And it's like, not you looking at her now. He's basically going, he literally went to Liz and he went to Hunter and he said, if we need to vote, it's giving Soda. And they're kind of in agreement about that at this moment. Now, we find out later that they want immunity. And what I was telling Lee, I was like, this could be bad for Soda if they lose. But if they never go to tribal council, it reminds me of Erica from Survivor 41. Because on that season, Erica randomly got a scene of everyone saying she's a big threat pre-merge, but that tribe never went to tribal. So it didn't matter. It was like, this is something the editors can put in here to make this person show you that this person is playing hard, but also it's not really gonna matter because they never go to merge. And I'm like, hopefully with Soda, that's what that is, because Erica won. And I need my girls.
I really like this scene from Soda. It shows that she's in the game and she's always thinking about the game. I think this is gonna really help her when there's a merge and there's more people she can socialize and talk with. I just don't understand why Tevin is the one that's being her downfall. Like, I feel like at this moment there's still a chance that Tevin could beat Soda even in the final 3 scenario. Like, it's very clear that people in the tribe see him, I think, as the head of it. Like, Hunter even said, well, I'm okay with Soda going because I wanted to be closer to Tevin instead of her. So it's like, in his mind, he doesn't actually think Soda needs to go because she's a threat. He just feels like, well, now I can be closer to Tevin. And Liz was so immediately down with it. I'm like, doesn't that show you that Soda can go anytime? You don't have to put in any work. Like, I just feel like Soda is going to be loyal to Tevin. And there's no need to start trying to do this work before there's even a merge. Because y'all haven't been losing. You're nowhere near a loss. And do you want to go in the merge with Liz and Venus, who you don't have working relationships with like that? When you can go with Soda, who is extremely loyal to him from what we're seeing. I don't think Soda would ever turn on Tevin, at least from what we see right now. So I just thought that was random, and I don't really like it. I don't really like it at all, especially when you have someone like Hunter. Like, Hunter's really interesting. Like, his line of thinking, like, originally even making that relationship with Tevin is because he saw Tevin was at the head of the tribe. He strategically made that relationship. And now with the Soda situation, it's not like, oh, I'm approached with this idea and I'm just going with it because my ally said it. He's like, this works for me for this reason. Like, he has his ulterior motives. And that scares me for a Tevin, because it's like, you want to get rid of someone who is your piece, your partner, but
you keep on someone who's probably going to do anything that's best for their game. Hunter's relationship with Tevin is solely strategic. From what we've seen, it's solely strategic. And it's like with Soda, it's like more, I feel like with Soda, it's more than that. And because it might be more than that, it's more reliable to keep Soda on your side. Even though Soda is playing hard, it's like not at your detriment.
It's hard and obvious.
Like that's what people need. And that too. And it's like you said, she can easily go. You just got all the votes to get her out, and y'all didn't even lose immunity. So clearly it's not a problem. Move along. Thank you.
But hopefully this is not something he brings back up. Because like I said, heavy Sabaya the flashback. It's like, it's a valid argument, potentially, but it's not really an issue right now.
We also saw on Siga Tribe that they realized that somebody done planted that beware advantage, and they were digging it up for no reason. And they think Mariah has a theory that Tim is the one who falsely planted for it. And we see the next time Tim calling Jim out and saying that Jim might have did it, which it is Jim. But it's like, that's cute. But right now they're saying it's Tim, and then the girls and Charlie talking, they kind of all discuss how it probably is Tim. And it's like,
why the fuck is it Tim?
It's not Tim. You're wrong.
It's Jim, actually.
It's Jim. Close. 3 letters. But so there's that. Then we head to the immunity challenge. The immunity challenge where you got to go through the water, jump in the water, get some basketballs, and throw the basketballs in the hoop. Thank you. Something kind of like that. So they're all doing good or whatever. Yanú was actually doing okay, but Banu forgot to go through one of the obstacles, so it slowed them down. They had to go back. And by the end of it, Yanú just loses. It's the same exact, every immunity challenge has been Nami first, Siga second, and Yanú last. And this was exactly the same. So Yanú has lost immunity again for the 4th time in a row, which is why we need
crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's funny because we also was saying we were so confident preseason that Yanú was going to be the winning tribe, and Nami might be the duds. Like, and it's totally opposite. And Siga ain't lost at all. Like, I can't.
They need to lose. But what's interesting about like the fact that there's not a tribe swap is because from what my understanding is, wasn't tribe swaps initially created to prevent boring situations like this where people just keep going home? Like when we got the initial, what's that girl name? Stephanie, whatever tribe she was on, where they all just went home. It's like, that was boring. No one wants to see that for real. Or it was cute that one time. We don't want to keep seeing that again and again and again. And it seemed like in this new era, there's a tribe that just keeps losing. And it's like, when we had a tribe swap, it made it more interesting. And it's like, just bring that back.
Bring it back. We need it. And for a situation like this, especially. Like, and I was saying too, like the way this episode ended, it just felt like there needs to be like a shift. Like a tribe swap. It needs to be something that happens. But
we were literally talking about this.
It will be the same. We literally said this.
Yes, Khalil says, wouldn't it if they swapped into 2 tops of 7 next episode? Yes, it would. Usually on the next time, if there is a swap, they show it on the next time.
Yeah.
They didn't show it, and they also showed a lot of tribe singing. So I'm like, probably.
But that would
wasn't
have
a swap.
ate because I'm just thinking like, why would you not? But you know what probably is gonna get again? The fake merge and then the team.
Oh
And then
boy.
we still separate into two groups, and there's gonna be two people idols and two people going home, and then
And we just don't need that. I
don't. I want you to know merge. If we're merging, they all be
Then merge
in the same tribe.
Why do y'all keep doing that?
If
That's
they
not
all
interesting. No
meet
one
each
likes
other,
it. It's gonna piss me off.
it
again.
needs
Oh
to
my
be
God.
merged. Why are they
It's
all
gonna make me
meeting
mad.
if one person isn't in merge? They're actually not even the first person jury. They're just out. Like what?
What is this? It's so stupid, and it just stifles the excitement for merge has gone away. Jeff, Probst, King, Legend, please listen. The excitement that merge has been for the entirety of Survivor has went away because y'all decided to do this fake earn your way to the merge. That's not interesting. Nobody likes it. Do a poll. Do a poll on your account and ask people, do they like it? You would no. And the next season change, please. I need to record this and clip this and send this to him in his DMs, and I might do it because King, I need you to stop. But anyways, Yanú loses.
Yeah, man, he's talking about some. Oh, I'm not casting villains no more. He clearly don't give a damn what anyone wants.
I think it's because this season, streets say it's because this season they get nasty, and we see what Jim doing. What Jim, it's like I'm not gonna drag Jim for what she's doing. It's funny to me, but it is kind of like, oh, you get a little dirty for no reason. Like you making them dig in the dirt and laughing at them for no reason. I love it though, me personally. But apparently it gets nastier. But we'll see. We'll see. He still need villains though. But I'm gonna send him the clip. We go back to the Yanú tribe. We all know Banu going home, and Banu know Banu go home, and he has a moment because he is Banu. He's like walking around the tribal. He's scared. He's like, look, they all over there talking. They're all over there talking, and he's listening to them, and they like talking about him. He's like, yep. And then he walks away. He's like, I'm just gonna need to find out. I'm just gonna need to find out. There's nothing I can do. I don't even have a vote. Y'all, why Banu don't even got a vote?
I forgot he didn't have a vote.
He just got a shot in the dark. He can't do nothing. It's really just nothing he can do. So he goes, he looks for the idol for a little bit, and then he's stressed, and then he comes across Kenzie, and he's like, Kenzie, can you do something? I just need your help. I need you to do something. And she was like, well, is there anything else? What could I do? Is there anything else? He's like, could you give me an idol? And it's like, not could you?
Like what?
What? And then he goes, he gets on one knee to
both
Tiffany.
knees, girl.
On both knees to Tiffany. Tiffany's like, get up.
Please give me an idol, please.
Please, I need anything, please. And then he started yelling at God. What? God?
You shouldn't have brought me on the show.
I was gonna get out. Why did you bring me here? And it's like, I get it. I
don't get it. What God got to do with it? Like,
I get that feeling of like, why did you put me through this? But it's like he clearly feels, and this is why I love Banu, and Banu don't need to ever change. If you ever see something, don't ever change, because the way he feels is real. Like he feels that shit. Like, why did you put me here? He was upset. I know that's the fuck. He asked Tiffany why he's going. She was like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You are going to be the vote. He's like, well, why? He's like, well, why?
Like, you know why, Banu. You know why.
Like, I just don't think I can trust you. And he can't. You just told everybody that she was locked up with you and they were a duo. Girl. So we get to tribal council.
He would definitely do some shit like that again in a merge situation. Like,
literally, like, you're unreliable. And he just really had to go. Honestly, they probably should have took him out before Jess, because then all that shit wouldn't have got exposed.
Right.
Okay. But that's
anyway, the real tea. That's the real tea.
We went to tribal. They basically all knew they was voting him out. They were all talking that way. And Jeff was like, so y'all just voting him out? And they was like, yeah. He was like, Banu, say your piece. Say your last words, Banu.
It's funny because I literally said, like, they should not even do a vote. Like, let's go ahead and go, because I love those tribals. We all know what the fuck we're doing.
Thank you. So that's basically what happened. And Banu gave his speech. I really liked his message. He wanted to leave a message for the world. He said the reason he came on here is, he said he told them that he had a good life, but he actually didn't. Like, I guess he lied to them about it. And he said, I actually didn't. I grew up in poverty. My house in India when I was young to growing up to a teenage mom, it was just like this. I was left alone. And then my grandparents had to raise me. He had went through a lot. He was literally living in a camp that looked like where he was at on Survivor. And it's like, ooh, that's not nice. But he was like, there's a lot of Banus in this world. And I just want the Banus to know they can do it because now he has degrees, bitch. He's a very rich bitch. He has his man, all of that. So I love that for him. Period. Shout out to the other little Banus out there. Y'all can
Period.
do
Other Banus.
Period.
Now,
So that was really
maybe
cute.
not
And
Apostle Survivor, but
maybe not that.
Still be
maybe
you.
Not that.
Still
I don't know about
you.
that. Well, maybe I can see him coming back. Honestly, it's still an opportunity. You got something. But child.
The tribe spoke and they didn't have to vote.
The tribe was spoken. Banu went
home. 2
home.
episodes in a row there was no vote. By the way.
Now, last episode, we had Banu at the bottom of Child. But
Banu, baby, it's time to give you a chop. You're a chop.
It's a chop this time.
It is. Banu, great person, beautiful spirit, kind heart, great personality. Body is tea.
Body is tea as fuck.
Banu, not a Survivor player. Not a Survivor player, baby. That's not.
It's not for you. And I would love to see him come. He's kind of like the what's it called when it's like you got the devil on your shoulder and the angel on your shoulder? Anyways, he's like the angel version of Abby Maria for me. And it's like Abby Maria is the evil, all personality, no game.
That's an interesting comparison.
And Banu is like the nice, all personality, no game. Except he didn't make it as far as Abby. But he can come back. I don't know. I just love the personality of it all. So there you go. Let's do the rest of this tribe. Next we have Q is Kenzie. Kenzie was in mid. I think better about Kenzie this episode, even though everyone still knows that she's mother though.
So I need to see her in a merge situation to see where that goes. But you know what? I do just feel like we've discussed this a little bit. There's no way Q and Hunter don't link up. Because even the way Hunter talks about, clearly Hunter doesn't even see his structure as a real structure. He doesn't like Soda. Mm-hmm. He just wants to be with Tevin. So I definitely see maybe them 6 lock up, or maybe it's just them 5 minus Soda, or maybe it's just them 4, Tiffany, Q, Hunter, and Tevin, and they work from there. So I don't know. I think it could go either way with Kenzie because she's the person that, Banu did kind of ruin the most. I feel like. I can see her being like the sacrificial lamb when jury hit. And that's probably why she's getting so many scenes. Like she's that first merge boot. And that way they look less threatening. And then they can just work with Tevin and them and then, work their way through that. Because they're going to have to go against Siga. Like I don't see Siga breaking up. So I feel like in a merge situation, the other people will have to go against him.
I agree. Another thing is her positioning in this tribe is actually terrible because if they go back to tribal, Q and Tiffany are not voting each other. They're going home. And we didn't see nothing about no tribe swap, and y'all ain't won an immunity yet. So actually, it could be like her edited so big because she gets like the butt end of the fact that, damn, y'all just kept losing, and she was a good player, but now you're going home. So she could also just go home next week. So I think we got to keep her at mid because I don't know where she's going.
Right, go either way.
It could go either way. Q at the bottom of camp. He could just stay at the bottom of camp, and Tiffany at the top of camp, and to me, she could just stay at the top.
Yeah, not really a lot of shifts with the Yanú.
No shift, not many shifts. Liz and Ben are staying in child. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. Tim and Venus are staying in mid. Thoughts
and prayers.
Now Soda got to go down.
So gotta go down, girl. Girls is also the ass. I will put her after Venus. Maybe
I would put her after Venus. She's going home before Venus in Venus's tribe. Well,
I don't think it necessarily solidifies my thing.
Not solidified. I want to put her before because her game has been it's so fresh. It could definitely not just be the case. So I agree with before Venus.
Should Jamila be in Mother?
Let's see, because Hunter's staying here. Mariah's staying here. Jamila definitely should. She doesn't have her idol yet, but she's just doing mother things.
See, she don't got the idol yet. See,
she don't have the idol yet. Should we wait for her to get the idol and then
maybe top of
chat? Where should Jamila be? And while they type, let's do Charlie. He not moving. He not moving.
Yeah, no, it's definitely giving Charlie and Mariah staying in the same spot. There wasn't a lot of shifts because there wasn't a lot of movement this episode. Like it was a lot of filler.
Yeah, I agree. Maria and Tevin. I'm kind of bring Tevin down to camp because Mother's not going to target Soda.
I don't like that move at all for Tevin. It gotta come
It's just not a good move. So Streets is saying Jim is Mother. I'm moving Tevin down maybe below Tiffany because he made me mad. He on punishment. He on timeout. And the chat is saying Jamila is a mother. Is Jamila a mother?
Let's do it.
She's at least above Charlie.
Let's give her episode for the day. Let's give her.
She's gonna give her episode. It's
kind of like that first week when we gave Soda the mother.
Yeah,
I think she deserves.
That's true. I agree. I like this, and this is really cute. This is really cute. This is a cute ass list. It's too many people in camp. I need to see these other people go to tribal so we can have more information.
Yeah,
we don't have.
There's probably one more round to merge, I believe. So, or the fake merge, whatever the fuck they gonna do this year. So, we're gonna get to see that soon.
Yeah. So that's what we need. Let's talk about this. What we got? This draft, child. I lost my first person. But fun fact, that was the last person. I didn't even choose him. Well, I did, but that was the last person chose. And that's what's interesting because like usually with our drafts, what happens is someone we chose in the middle or the top goes home first, and we're like, oh damn. But what I like about my draft is I'm doing good. And then when I finally lost someone, it was the person I chose last. So clearly I chose pretty good. Lee still has all of Siga. And if Siga gets to merge and runs it, Lee does have it.
The thing is, I still see them doing that. I just feel like Nami and Yanú have the stronger players. Like,
I agree.
And maybe it's because we haven't seen them play, but that's also a disadvantage, you know? I feel like Yanú that they've, of course, done the most game. And I will say Nami hasn't had a formal tribal, but I think things are just more established. Like, they don't even have sides fully figured out because we don't know if Charlie's going to choose the men or the women. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many dynamics that haven't even been explored within Siga, at least from what we can see. So I just feel like, I don't know. I don't see them being able to take it. But if they do, I won't be shocked just off numbers alone.
Yeah, but that'll be an interesting watch. But I still think we both have a chance to have the winner. Kenzie has a big edit, and she's a good player, clearly. Jamila and Charlie are in great positions. So I still think you have a handful. So that's cute, period. I know that's right. This was a cute episode in the sense that nothing happened. I'm excited for something to happen next episode. Hopefully Yanú doesn't lose so we can get more dynamics. That would be the best thing. So
right. Next episode, Siga need to lose. That's manifested.
Thank you.
Because Jamila can get her idol and we can see some shit. I honestly, well, if Nami lose and Liz goes, I'm fine. I don't see Liz going, and that's my problem. It's probably gonna be Soda or Venus, so I don't need to risk that. I don't think
Siga needs to lose. Because honestly, anybody can think could go except my mother.
Anybody can see it. Yeah, Jim and Maria, yeah.
Everybody else can go. Thank you. Actually, I prefer everybody to go.
I prefer Ben. Let's go ahead and get that out of there, no shade. But any of them can go for real.
Period. But tune in next week right after the episode on Wednesday. We will be covering the next episode of Survivor, and we'll be here all season. Thank you. We're also covering Big Brother Canada. If you're not a fan, you can still watch us. So watch us. We are doing the extra interviews. So if you just want to watch the extra interviews, just watch the extra interviews. That's coming tomorrow. So check those out for Big Brother Canada. And then we're also covering The Amazing Race. So check out our Amazing Race coverage or whatever. And thank you for keeping it real with the kingdom. We're out. Bye.